Ethical Use of the Internet for First-Year Students by Nicholas Fabritzis, Julian Russo, Daniel Kubrick, Juan Ortega. What is it? A code of ethics is a set of rules used to guide an individual or group through decision-making in specific situations. Seeing as our society is becoming more dependent on technology, it is important to outline a code of ethics for uses of the Internet as a tool. We have developed a code of ethics tailored towards first-year students to guide them through all facets of Internet use and digital communication in the university environment. Throughout this video, you will learn about the do's and don'ts of Internet use, particularly pertaining to the typical academic uses of it for first-year students.
Academic integrity. Academic integrity can be defined as being truthful and not taking credit for the ideas or work of others. For starters, it is important to define plagiarism because this is a main way that academic integrity can be violated. Plagiarism occurs when you use the ideas or work of another and you submit it as your own. Even when paraphrasing, you must cite the original text or author. The only time it is acceptable to copy and paste information is when you are directly quoting a source and a direct citation must follow. This stresses the importance of correct citations based on the citation method issued by your instructor. Keeping a separate document or favorites bar with the links to the sources that you used is key to not forgetting how to correctly cite a source that you used in your work. If any piece of information is also copyrighted, students must also consider the copyright laws that may exist regarding this piece of information. Make sure that you use sources that add value to your work and directly correspond with your topic. Using invalid sources or falsifying information is an offense that threatens your work's integrity. When using techniques such as peer editing, be sure not to over-collaborate and cross main ideas, as this could also lead to a violation of academic integrity as well as a form of plagiarism.
Internet research. The Internet has become the largest database of information, and it is important for first-year students to know how to identify credible sources. Students should be aware that their tuition pays for the access to various academic databases that are both credible and up-to-date. One of the biggest mistakes with gathering internet information is the use of non-reliable sources. Students should be able to identify the authorship and ownership of the site. The websites used ought to have resources to back up their own information. Though Wikipedia and other share-based websites are good information hubs, they shouldn't be used as an academic source. Much like social media is a good outlet to voice your own opinion, but not to gather credible information. Internet research and academic integrity are closely related, as both stress the importance of good sources and proper citation as well.
Communication etiquette. The Internet is a great way to communicate with others, but you must keep in mind that different platforms have different methods of appropriate communication. Students must be able to differentiate formal and informal communication depending on who they are communicating with. Email is known to be the most formal method of communication over the Internet for students. When students want to contact a professor or teaching assistant, a respected and well-versed email is the most acceptable method. Students must only contact a professor when their inquiry cannot be solved in any other way. When contacting fellow classmates, social media is the more common approach. Even though this is a much more informal interaction, being respectful and polite is still important. Harassment and other forms of bullying are unacceptable online. You must act the same way that you would in person when communicating online. You should also remember not to add professors on social networks unless you are instructed.
Collaborative research. First-year students will also be expected to work and collaborate with others. The use of the internet will likely be at the core of these interactions given our society's dependence on digital information. When working in a group, it is key for students to organize and coordinate group work so that all members can thrive. Organization of these meetings can be facilitated through social media, so it is important to effectively use it as a tool. Include all members of the group in online discussions to ensure that everyone's opinions get considered. Give proper credit based on the work completed by each group member. Treat all group members with respect and dignity. Find ways to effectively work together using digital tools to your advantage to maximize efficiency and communication. Respect the privacy and personal information shared between group members.
Decimating information. After gathering information, students must find an original method of sharing their research with their target audience in mind. Students must make sure that their sources are accessible to those interested in viewing them. The sources must be relevant and valid to ensure that they are adding to the purpose of the assignment or paper. Be able to find effective resources and make the best use of them in your presentation. Try to aim towards your target audience and see what they would connect to the most. Some would rather watch a video than read a long paper. Make sure your project has a goal and effect on the reader and something that they can take away after viewing your presentation. Finally, don't forget to do what is asked of you from your professor.
Thank you for listening. We hope that this video is instructive and that its lessons are helpful and can be applied to everyday internet use.